I've announced last year that I want to drive with my first car, a VW Golf 5, to every single country in the European Union. This is the first trip where I want to drive 3,500 kilometers all around the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea is surrounded by 8 different countries: Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. 4 of which are new for the car. So we will have, at the end, 15 different countries ticked off with the car. Enjoy. So here we are. I've just crossed the Stockholm bridge, which I'm sure you have seen already quite a few videos of it, especially on my channel, because I've shot like 4 or 5 videos already about the Stockholm bridge, where I drove every time with the car over it. And well, in typical, let's say, road trip fashion, you are joining right now about halfway into Denmark, and this is a big one. I'm sure you already heard it in the intro of this video, but I am driving in the next couple of days, to be specific, in the next 5 days, around the Baltic Sea. And Denmark is the first country in order to cross the Baltic Sea, or to circle the Baltic Sea, because we will drive in the next few days through Denmark, Sweden, then we'll take a ferry to Finland, then we'll take a ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn in Estonia, then through Latvia, and then into Lithuania, in the end through Poland, and then we're back in Germany. So this will be a very big adventure. Approximately 3,000 kilometers, which is basically a road trip to get back in this car, because I haven't driven this car since Cars in the Wild Scandinavia. We are 106 kilometers away from Copenhagen, so I guess I will see you then. I filled my Golf yesterday up at the gas station, or the petrol station, for around 73 euros, which is like 60 pounds, or 65 pounds. And I was actually amazed because, well, as I already said, I haven't driven the car, and now I'm back on the road with it. Everything was fine. The car was the entire time outside on the driveway, so it was always, in the wind, in the weather, and yeah, I mean, it was just it's crazy. I didn't put the car on a C-Tech charger, and yeah, everything was fine. I did yesterday, just around, just to make sure that the car is actually okay from the return trip and from Cars in the Wild. That's why I filmed yesterday just around 30 kilometers, nothing major, to make sure that the car is ready for this trip, which, well, fingers crossed, I think it is, but you never know. This car is already 20 years old, and one very cool thing, my personal goal was to cross with this car the 200,000 kilometer mark, the 124,000 miles, and we will do this on this trip. The car's right now on 198,600-ish kilometers, and the whole trip is, as already said, just over 3,000 kilometers long. So we will definitely do it, which is really nice. Another milestone that I will hit with this car, if everything is alright. So here we are, 380 kilometers later. I'm now only 30 minutes away from my checkpoint for the night. in the south of Sweden, because it's actually already 1940, 40 minutes past 7. And yeah, the car is now 198,798 kilometers on the clock. And welcome to the Öresund Bridge. I think I will see you on the other end. Thank you, car, for the noises. I've just made it over the Öresund Bridge, which is a bridge that connects obviously Copenhagen and Malmö, or Denmark and Sweden. And yeah, I'm now only 23 minutes away from my destination, where I will sleep tonight. And yeah, I actually think it is actually really fascinating driving over these two bridges I just showed you in the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. We have now 189,809 kilometers on the clock. By the time I will reach my destination, it will be a little bit more. But I think I will see you tomorrow, because it's actually getting dark right now. Well, it's the next day, and you're driving me right now about 2 hours into the drive. We still have 5.5 hours to go, 547 kilometers before we will arrive at the ferry terminal. We will arrive there at around 4 p.m. But I have a lot of spare or headroom, you know, with the time, because my night ferry will take off at around 10:15, which means we still have a lot of time. And yeah, I mean, I will update you if something happens. Another update. Well, we have now just about 45 minutes-ish later. And yeah, I mean, actually, I've driven through one construction site. I've seen a really cool truck, where I also shot a nice clip. And other than that, it was just smooth sailing. The car is just eating up the miles like it doesn't care. I've driven since I started in Germany, well, just over 800 kilometers now. I mean, you can't really see it because the display is a bit faded because of all the sun that is, or the heat that is inside this car. But yeah, the car is just eating up miles. I'm very impressed, because, well, not even that long ago I returned from Cars in the Wild Scandinavia. That was a Boxer RS right there. However, in this period, the car literally hasn't moved, which is like, you know, yeah. I mean, thank you, car. Yeah, it hasn't moved. So that's actually kind of a warm-up drive, you know, back into getting the car as my daily. When I'm back home, Friday this week, so in 5 days, this car will get a deep clean inside and out, and then it will live, you know, a little bit, you know, then it will have a little bit of a winter hibernation time where it can just rest, because I think it really deserves it. I really have to say, Sweden is very beautiful, even when you drive on the highway. I'm currently on the E4, and I mean, you can see there is nothing, no one. I mean, there's basically no traffic, just a few cars, but compared to Germany, this is nothing. I mean, you would obviously expect it because Sweden has, I think, around 6 or 7 million inhabitants, and spread out on the land, which is like 3 times the size of Germany. So yeah, there are some very, very remote parts in Scandinavia and Sweden, also Norway and Finland. Not so much in Denmark, because Denmark is way, way smaller than the latter countries I just named. But yes, I mean, these countries are just massive, and I think about it every time I drive through one of these countries, because, well, there's not much traffic. That's why I think these countries are massive. And because I've driven already with this car to the North Cape and to the Arctic Circle, where I haven't also seen not very many people. I just had a beautiful lunch stop here on this rest stop between all these trucks, and yeah, you can see in the background all the trees. And yeah, I just paused here for about 2 hours. I will arrive now, if I drive through, which I will, at just around 6 p.m. and the boarding starts for the overnight ferry at 7:45 p.m. So yeah, let's get cracking on. Yeah, I'm now in the car. As already said, I just made a lunch stop, and yeah, you can see here that my car is a bit messy, but I am on a road trip, though that's why it is kind of normal. The car will get a very, very, very deep clean when I'm back home in Germany, but this will take still, from this point onwards, over 2,000 kilometers. You are joining me right now a little bit further down the road, and yeah, I still need 2 hours and 10 minutes to the ferry terminal in Kappelshaar or Kappelskar. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's called Kappelshaar. The car has now 199,354 kilometers on the clock, and I've driven so far 937 kilometers on this trip so far, so just around or a little bit under a third. We have now about 45 minutes later. I have now only 1 hour and 30 minutes to go, 127 kilometers, and I know you can't see it right now because, well, the infotainment display of the car is very dull, and it basically blends out when it is quite hot in this car. But we have hit now the 1,000 kilometers on this trip, which is basically a third. And yeah, I just want to share this info because, well, I think it's actually quite cool. It's a bit of a milestone in this trip, but the next milestone will be basically to hit the 200,000 kilometers. We will hit the 200,000 kilometers approximately, well, most certainly in 2 days' time, somewhere in Estonia. But yeah, I will talk about that when the time comes, because this is very, very exciting. That's a Mark IV Supra. That's a Mark IV Supra. I mean, oh my god. Absolutely insane, with yellow headlights as well, in like a, I don't know what color it was like a British racing green. Look in the, oh my, wow, wow. Well, things you find in Stockholm. Well, and that's another side that you can see in Stockholm, which is, yeah, gridlock traffic. I mean, it is now like 5 p.m. and yeah, so basically everybody drives home from work. That's why we have a little bit of a traffic jam, but yeah, I just wanted to share it with you because, you know, I just saw the Supra and now I'm in traffic. Well, we have now a little bit later. I am still 1 hour away from the ferry terminal. But, well, as you can see, I am out of traffic, which is really awesome. Unfortunately, I lost the Supra, but, well, I didn't film it, but the Supra was overheating, which, yeah, wasn't good, so we had to turn it off by every stop. And yeah, I was basically at like 20-30 minutes in traffic, 20 or 30 minutes. And yeah, unfortunate for a Supra, but as you can see, the traffic is now gone. Well, the traffic jam is now gone, so the Supra is rolling as well, I'm sure. But I have to say, it was really cool seeing a Toyota Mark IV Supra. A real Supra, not a Z4, on the streets here in Stockholm. Right, quick update. We are now only 60 minutes away from the ferry terminal. And I was just at a Max to give me, or to buy me some food, which I will eat when I arrive at the ferry terminal. But yeah, that was just a very quick update. I will see you when I am at the ferry terminal. Right, I made now through the passport control, and just look at this sun setting. I mean, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. Alright, with this very nice sun setting, I am now at the queue for the ferry. And yeah, I don't want to bore you with this. You can see this in the next video. I will eat now my food. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. Well, the last 2 days, I absolutely enjoyed it. But I am now very tired and absolutely hungry. We are finally on the move, which is really great. But I am an absolute trash. I drive with the Finland's Finn Canopus, and I'm actually very looking forward to my cabin because, well, I am a bit tired. Wow, that's actually quite a big ship. Alright, I will see you in the cabin. Here we are. This is my cabin. You have behind here the bathroom, This is where I will sleep tonight, and actually I have a really nice view out of this window onto the harbor right now.
Dear passengers, we will arrive in Naantali in about half an hour and doors to the cardiac are now open.
Well, good morning from Naantali, Finland. We've just arrived. It's 7:24 Finnish time, and the car is now 199,550 kilometers. 1,133 kilometers have we driven so far, and it does look a little bit misty this morning, but I'm sure it will clear up today. Yeah, I am really looking forward to Helsinki, where I will take another ferry tonight to Estonia, to Tallinn. And yeah, we have a fun day ahead of us. We have to drive now 3 hours and 12 minutes, and then we are at the terminal in Helsinki, because I actually still need to make sure that I actually booked the right ferry for this afternoon. But yeah, we will see when the time comes. Well, we made it now to Finland, specifically Naantali or Suomi, Finland. And yeah, we have now 150 kilometers of range still, but that means I actually need to find a petrol station, that's for sure. So yeah, I think I will see you there. Right, I made it now to a petrol station. It's now 7:20 a.m. in the morning, and we have now 830 kilometers of range, which is really good. And yeah, now we will drive to Helsinki. I am really looking forward to it. Well, this is actually not my first time in Finland, also not the car's first time in Finland, because, well, remember, I visited Finland for the first time with this car, and actually myself, during Cars on the Wild Scandinavia, when I drove from the north of Germany in just a couple of days, basically 2 days, to the northernmost point of continental Europe, the North Cape. But I visited Sweden in the very top, and there was basically nobody but just elks and yeah, trees. Now I am in the south of Finland, where, well, there's obviously a bit more traffic because, yeah, we are, well, quite near the civilization, just only about 2 motorway hours away from Helsinki, the capital of Finland. I am now only 1 hour and 40 minutes away from Helsinki, 96 kilometers, and I have to say, Finland, especially the south of Finland, is very beautiful. I mean, it's been like this for the past like 45 minutes, which is if you ask me, really beautiful. Yes, it rained earlier, but now the fog is away, the rain is away. It is not very dry, but it gets drier by the minute, by every minute. And yeah, the car runs great. I still have a seatbelt fault, but that's a problem for another day. And look at that, the petrol station is just directly in a big sea. Wow. Yeah, things you find in Finland. I just found a car, and I think I can drive down there, which is also a really, I think this is also a really, really nice camping spot. Yeah, I will definitely mark that on the map. I mean, this is great, honestly. I mean, I still have so much time left until I need to be at the ferry. Yeah, great. You could definitely park here. Definitely, 1000%. Whoa. Look where I am. There's the rest stop I just paused, and this is directly at the sea. I mean, yes, there's the road, but honestly, that's actually really great. Really, really great. Just look at this lake. Wow. Crazy. I parked right there. Damn. That's really, really cool and very peaceful. Very peaceful. Now I have to be fair, that's probably the most scenic spot I've seen so far on this trip, or specifically in Finland. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. I parked right up there. Right there. And yeah, that's a bridge I just came over. And this is absolutely peaceful, if you ask me. No wind at all. No wind. And they are all fish in the water. Wow, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Alright, and now off to Helsinki. I just returned from down there to here to the car, and oh my god, this car needs a clean from inside and out when I'm back in Germany. I mean, just look at all this salt on the paint. Oh my god, I mean, this car is proper use. But cars are meant to be driven, people. Drive your cars. Right. Off to Helsinki. I just want to show you the climb from the spot up to the real parking space, because I think this is just a little bit hidden. Right. You have to kind of... I think this is really hidden. There's not very much trash, so I think this is kind of a gem. But this is a serious incline. Perfect. Alright. Now, off to Helsinki. Right, thank you, car. Another update. As you can see, this road is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It meanders through the countryside, through rural Finland, basically. And there on the left and right, obviously all those trees and, you know, some gravel roads. It's just beautiful. We are 42 minutes away from the ferry terminal, and I will arrive there at around 10 minutes past 11 a.m. obviously. And yeah, I am really, really looking forward to basically make sure that I've booked the right ferry, because, well, I was on the ferry to here from Kapellskär to Naantali a bit worried that I've booked the wrong ferry, and I couldn't look it up because, well, yeah, I just couldn't look it up. But this road, honestly, I mean, the only annoying thing is this. But if I sit in a very specific position, it doesn't beep. That's obviously a plus point. But yeah, driving through rural Finland is actually really, really beautiful. And yeah, Helsinki. We are nearly there. We are nearly in Helsinki, and that's basically the halfway point of the journey. After today we will make our way south again through, well, new countries that I've never visited with this car, which is really, really, really quite exciting. I've made now to the outskirts of Helsinki, and now you can see we actually have some traffic again. But yeah, that was just a very, very quick update, because I just want to share that we have actually some traffic, that I see some people, because it was at times actually quite, let's say, isolating, not lonely, but yeah, you felt very alone because there was just no one around. And now we have obviously traffic again, Volvos and everything else, a nice BMW. I just made it to the ferry terminal, but now I need to actually get a move on, because I actually need to check if I really booked the right ferry or not. So yeah, let's go. I made now, as you already heard, to the terminal, but that's actually the wrong terminal. I need to check in my car right over there, but this terminal opens in like 2 hours, so I have a little bit of time to kill. That's why I think I will just chill. Right, I made it now through the passport control, and I am now actually waiting for the ferry. Right, yeah, I will just send a bit forward, and I think I will see you on the other end in Tallinn, Estonia. We are now departing the ferry, and yep, this is Estonia, and we are now officially touchdown in Estonia. We made it. This is now the 12th country this car has ever visited, and yeah, I don't have much more to say. I think I will see you in the underground car park of my hotel. But yeah, on to new horizons. Look what I found. I found in this underground garage where I just parked a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro SS. And this car looks absolutely wild, if you ask me. This looks absolutely insane. Really, really, really insane. And wow, I mean, this car is a vibe. And the number plate is just crazy as well. 69 RSS. And yeah, I parked right over there. Actually, as you think about it, these are two VW Group cars next to each other. My VW Golf 5 and a Benjamin Tiger with Swiss number plates next to mine. Really nice. And yeah, it was, well, I haven't driven this much in this video, but it was still quite a long one. It's now around 8 p.m. and I am absolutely looking forward to get into my bed. So leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And well, I will see you for me tomorrow. Welcome to downtown Tallinn in Estonia. We have today an 8-hour drive in front of us through the entirety of Estonia, then through the entirety of Latvia, and then to the through the majority of Lithuania to Klaipėda, the capital of Lithuania. And yeah, I am very, very excited. But I don't know if I said it in the last video or not, but driving here is absolutely insane. You basically have to don't give a f, otherwise you, yeah, I don't know, otherwise you maybe crash. I mean, let me just say that it is not as bad as Southeast Asia, but it is really bad, honestly. I mean, compared to Germany, you know, Berlin is nothing compared to this. Thank you. Berlin is nothing compared to this. But yeah, you have to basically don't give a shit, and then is everything alright. But you still have to have your wits about you, because, oh well, let's just say the near Far East, because, well, we are still in Europe. And yeah, I think I will see you when I'm out of town. I am now on the outskirts of Tallinn, and I have to say, I know I just said that the traffic in Tallinn is absolutely horrendous, and I still think it is, but out here, driving on the outskirts of Tallinn is actually very, very chill. So yeah, it's now way easier than I expected it to be. And I just saw a Ferrari 509. I couldn't unfortunately film it. And I have to say, fuel at the petrol stations are just, it's just so much more cheaper compared to Germany. I mean, in Germany we have to pay like, I don't know, 20 or 30 cents per liter more, and here it is like 140 euros per liter, which is not bad at all. Not bad in the slightest. I will also hit with this car today the 200,000 kilometers, which is a big milestone for this car and for me. Well, to be fair, more for this car. And yeah, that's the one big milestone, but my ultimate goal is to drive the car to 308,800 kilometers, because I've got the car with 154,000 kilometers, and that would mean when I hit the 308,000 kilometers that I've doubled the mileage of this car, which would be honestly really, really cool. You are joining me right now on the E67. Well, it's not really a highway, it's basically a rural countryside road. And I am now only, I don't know, let's just say I am already 3/4 through Estonia, which means we will be, I think, in the next maybe an hour in Latvia, which is then the 13th country this car has ever visited. And yeah, I have also another thing to say. I think Estonia looks a lot like Finland, because of all the vegetation and everything else. You are joining me right now somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Estonia, like literally in the middle of nowhere. I've driven this road for the past like 10, 15, 20 minutes, I don't know. And you can see here my car. Obviously this road is very, very, very stony. Obviously I'm still rocking the no working sticker. And yeah, this car is very, very, very dusty. I still have now just over like 15 or 20 kilometers left to the Estonian-Lithuanian border. And yeah, I mean everything is fine. Just pause for a bit because I actually wanted to pause, but yeah, let's go. It has literally been this for the past like 15 or 20 minutes. So yeah, I haven't seen anybody. I mean, Estonia isn't that big in general, but yeah, I'm basically now, let's say, off-road testing this car a bit for, let's just say, adventure purposes and for upcoming adventures if I decide to take this car, but I probably will. But yeah, honestly, quite cool. Oh, that was big. That was a big puddle. Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. It goes on and on and on like this for miles and miles and miles and kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. And I'm not even exaggerating. It has been like this for the last 20 minutes or so. So yeah, I'm literally in the middle of nowhere in Estonia. I literally just turned right on the E67 somewhere, and then 20 minutes later I ended up here. Oh my god, I just saw another car. Oh my god, asphalt. Yes, we are back on asphalt. Nice. I think now it's, yeah, now only 3.5 kilometers and then I am back on track. Back, I mean, this is literally, you can't get more rural than this. We are now only 1 kilometer away from the Estonian-Latvian border. And yeah, oh my god, the fuel prices are so low, extremely low. Wow. Okay. 50. Let's see. I think I need to turn off the camera. And with that, welcome to Latvia. I actually didn't need to turn off the camera. But welcome to Latvia, which doesn't actually look that different compared to Estonia. But this is now the 13th country that this car has ever visited. And yeah, I mean, this car just drives, and we are very, very nearly hitting the 200,000 kilometers. But I will update you then when the time comes. $199,989 kilometers. We are very, very near at the big 200,000 kilometers. 199,999, 199,999 kilometers. Come on. We are nearly there. The big 200,000 in the next 500 meters or so. And come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Big 200,000 kilometers. Yes, yes, this car has made it. This car has made it, finally. Now onto the big 300,000 kilometers and onwards. I am sure this car will make it. Very, very nice. 200,000 kilometers of memories. I will love this car. I will never even sell this car because this is my first car and I've done so much with it. I'm driving literally right now through Lithuania. But yeah, insane. I've crossed with this car in these 200,000 kilometers up to this day. Well, since I got it, 13 different countries and ongoing. We will hit today in the 14th country. I mean, I am absolutely pumped. This car runs perfectly. I had never one single issue with it. I mean, just this, but this is nothing major. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm grateful that I can enjoy those journeys. And that this car has hit now finally the 200,000 kilometer mark, which is 124,000 miles. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jinx it because I still have a lot of kilometers to go, but this car is honestly bulletproof. Well done, car. Well done. Well, welcome to Riga, Latvia. Riga is, as many of you probably already know, the capital of Latvia, and well, therefore there is a lot of traffic, especially right here. But yeah, we are driving now through Latvia, and I've just driven on the A1 pretty much the entire time I've been in Latvia so far. And let's just say this road is way more busier than the A1. We are now on the A2 towards Latvia. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I do look really forward to drive through Latvia, but I have a little bit of a feeling that it's gonna be like here Tallinn in Estonia. Oh wow, that's beautiful. I have a bit of feeling that it is a bit like Tallinn in Estonia, because well, let's just say driving in the city of Tallinn was chaos. Huge chaos, but yeah, let's see how it is in Riga. And I have to say, the fuel prices here are way cheaper compared to Germany. I mean, the cheapest I've seen here was like €1.29 per liter for E10, and for E5 I think it was like 1.35, and the most expensive fuel I saw was like 150 or something, so way cheaper than compared to Germany, which is a good thing, I guess. I am actually looking forward to fueling my car up. Right, a little bit later, we are now even further in the city of Riga, and we are driving currently on cobblestones, and there's a tram and oh my god, emotional overload right now. I mean, everything is so new. Look, there's the clock tower. I mean, so much traffic. I mean people driving here, also here like maniacs. I mean, that must be even, I mean, it probably is even worse than the people in Tallinn. But yeah, look, people are driving on the tram line. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. My car is doing all you know, a lot of weird noises, but we are finally now back on normal streets, not on cobblestone. Crazy, honestly. Look, there's a clock tower or a cathedral in front. Right, I made now out of Riga, and well, let me tell you, this was a mess. But oh no, there's still traffic. But let's just say this was crazy, and I will catch up with you once I'm completely out of the city on the highway. We are now very nearly in Lithuania. This right there is the official border between Lithuania, Latvia, and welcome to Lithuania. Yeah, we made it. The 14th country that this car has ever visited, and this marks basically the halfway point, which is, yeah, you know, actually really nice to know. Now I have now 1 hour and 52 minutes left till I get to my hotel at Klaipėda, Lithuania, and this car drives flawlessly. It is insane. At this time of year, it's 25.5 degrees Celsius, which is just, well, I don't know how that's possible, but yeah, here we are, 26 or 25 degrees Celsius, and a perfectly running car. Only 1 hour and 15 minutes left to the hotel. Welcome to Klaipėda. Welcome to my hotel. And with that, I think it was a very, very adventurous day. So here we are, another day, another adventure. I've just filled up my car for what was actually really cheap, around 55 euros for a full tank. And I am now on my way to Gdansk, Poland, which is about 700 kilometers from Klaipėda and will take me around 8.5 hours. Yeah, let's see what the day has in store for us. I am very, very excited. And now you can really see it because the display isn't faded yet. 200,354 kilometers we have on the clock, and we've driven so far on this trip 1,937 kilometers. Which, yeah, it's really, really, really good going if you ask me. Now another quick update. Now, as you can see, I mean, you can't get more rural than this. This is proper countryside in Lithuania. And yeah, insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, it does look a little bit like Germany though, but yeah, I mean, this is quite deep into the east, but still in the European Union. Now this is a bit of a different spot. I'm literally in somewhere in nowhere of Lithuania, in a little village, and right over there is actually Russia. This is a bit of Russia where Kaliningrad is located. And yeah, I'm here with my car in Russia, or near the Russian border, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But now on to Gdansk. Now I am currently like 2 kilometers away from the Lithuanian-Russian border, and I have to say I had a really, really weird feeling filming right at the border because, well, they don't joke around there, and that was actually pretty intimidating. Even though I wasn't actually at the border, it was still a very, very, very weird feeling. And yeah, I mean I am obviously now like 2 or 3 kilometers away from the Russian border, but that was actually a really, really weird feeling. And it is an insane thing that I've basically driven my car nearly to Russia. I mean, I wasn't obviously in Russia, I was still in Lithuania, but yeah, I mean it when I said it was still a bit weird filming right there. But yeah, I mean, life's too short, people. You have to do some risk, and that was one risk of mine. And oh my god, that was insane. Now, okay, I need to film it because I'm just now full of adrenaline. I just saw a crash happened right in front of me on this road, and the car got totally T-boned from the side. Now, I obviously don't understand Lithuanian, but as far as I know, or as far as I saw, nobody got hurt. It was a big, big bang. I obviously didn't film it because I A, don't want to film it, and B, it just wouldn't be appropriate. And oh my god, it was such a loud bang. The complete driver door was exploded basically on the driver's side. I mean, that's just... that's just absolutely insane. Well, another update after actually quite a long time. I'm finally back now on the highway. I'm still in Lithuania, however I am closing in actually quite quick into Poland. And Poland will be the 15th country that this car has ever visited, which is really, really cool if you ask me. And yeah, I'm still a little bit shocked because of the crash I just saw. I mean, that was a big one, a real big one. Thankfully everybody was okay, which is, you know, the main thing. you know, you can replace cars, but you can't replace people, and that was just, even though I didn't know those people, that was hard. That was really, really hard. And yeah, we are finally now on the Lithuanian highway, and we are driving now in the directly direction of Poland, and I am very, very excited. Well, I was just on a construction site and I totally missed that we are just entered Poland. Poland, the 15th country that I visited with this car. And yeah, what does it mean? Well, I think I'll see you after customs. We have now still to Gdansk 5 hours left, 422 kilometers, and I will arrive there at 5:30 p.m. which is actually good going. I mean, the car runs perfectly fine. I'm still a bit shocked from the crash, even though it is like over an hour, even though it happened over an hour ago. But yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy. This trip, what has this trip been? And we are not even finished yet, even though now is the most part just cruising like this, and I will be home tomorrow evening in Hamburg, which yeah. Now, even though I enjoy doing this, I am also, you know, fancy going back home at every trip I do, because, you know, I just like it at home as much as I do on the road. I am now actually not anymore on the Polish motorway or highway. I am now in the proper Polish countryside, and I've driven on this road for the past, like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, and this road is actually really quite cool. Yes, there's traffic, so you can't enjoy it fully, but this road is actually really cool. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, it meanders through through the forest, you know, to left and right, all the trees, and if I look on the maps, it continues for at least 9 kilometers. And yeah, I mean, this road is actually a proper gem, honestly. Really cool, really cool. Yeah, I have now 3 hours and 50 minutes left to Gdansk, 319 kilometers. I will arrive there at 17:24 p.m. So we actually made up some time, which is quite good. But yeah, driving here is really cool. I mean, you still have to have your wits about you, because some people overtake in corners and stuff, but other than that, actually quite cool, quite good. I am now a little bit further down the road, and look, now we are here in this little village. I mean, that looks actually quite peaceful. Wow. Honestly, a lot of these houses look like they are, I mean, they could stand in Germany, to be fair, as well. They look very similar. But yeah, I mean, this village is just, I mean, it is actually peaceful, like really peaceful. At this main road through the village, and it goes on both ends back into some woods, some forests, and yeah, I'm still behind the same car as before, and you can actually see here some military trucks driving through right now. Oh, that's a Humvee, that's an H1. That was a Polish military H1. Another update. I am now again on a really nice piece of tarmac, somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Poland, and I am actually in the middle of nowhere because I even have no signal. Which, well, if something goes now wrong, I mean, then I'm effed, because, well, no signal, I can't phone anybody, I am in the middle of nowhere, I am in a country where I don't even speak the language. And yeah, it's the first time actually don't have some kind of signal, which is not really helpful, really. But I mean, but anyway, I mean, the road is good, so that makes some good of it. But now I got signal back again. Ah, perfect. Okay. Right. Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, I am literally in the middle of nowhere in Poland, in rural Poland, in the countryside of Poland. I mean, this is proper countryside. And I know I said already in the last clip where I drove through the little village where I can't even pronounce the name. To be honest, I can't pronounce any name because I don't even speak Polish. And yeah, I'm driving here. I have now 3.5 hours left. But I have to say, this road is actually quite enjoyable to drive. Because this is one road in a long time which isn't that beaten up. Yeah, you can drive a bit more spirited on this, which is actually quite fun if you ask me. Well, I just started recording to do a little bit of B-roll, but this got stopped quite quickly because I am now here. I mean, at least I got now 4G and yeah, full internet. But this truck is this truck wants to squeeze right through there, very slowly. Yeah, let's see how long that will take. I think I will drink something. I mean, I've made up some good time and I only have 3.5 hours left. To be honest, it was like 3 minutes after I've done the last clip. Ah, now it's reversing back out again. Oh my god, now there's traffic. Let's hope everybody stops. I don't want to have I don't want to have 2 crashes in one day. I think he will let us now all through, as it seems. Now I have to be honest, truck drivers have some insane driving skills. Truck drivers and bus drivers. Oh my god. That was tight. That was very tight. Okay, perfect. Now we can go. Oh my god. That was a maneuver, but he actually managed with, I mean, props to the truck driver, because turning around on this on this road in these circumstances with traffic waiting on both sides, really nice. Alright, now onwards. little bit further, actually down the same road, and we have now cobblestone streets again, just as in Riga yesterday. But we are this time in Poland, and oh my god, this town looks very idyllic. I mean, it looks very historic as well. It looks actually a bit old. Look, in the middle of a cobblestone street, there was another German, nice. We have a petrol station. I mean, this looks very fancy. Oh, well, for what it is, obviously. Now we have normal roads again. Yes, my car still beeps because of the seatbelt. I need to be honest, this needs to get fixed as soon as I'm back in Germany, even though the TÜV appointment is only in like 1.5 years. So for anyone who doesn't know the TÜV is basically the UK's equivalent of the MOT. I don't think you actually have I don't think in the US they don't have a road worthiness inspection, but the TÜV is basically the equivalent of the MOT in the UK. But we don't have to do it every year after, we have to do it only every 2 years when the car is already used, and when the car is new, you have to do it after 3 years for the first time, and then repeatedly after 2 years. But yeah, that's why that needs to get fixed, because with that, I mean, won't pass with that problem, the TÜV inspection. I am pretty certain. Right, I'm now back again on a normal Polish highway after all the, let's say, country roads shenanigans. I am now on the Polish highway, and I have now only 152 kilometers left, and that will take me 1 hour and 43 minutes. And yeah, that was just all I wanted to say. I mean, the last bit in Poland was really awesome, and not much traffic at all, and everybody drove really good. So yeah, there was just no point of filming anything because, well, nothing happened. And yeah, I guess I will see you when I arrive in Gdansk. And with that, welcome to Gdynia or Gdansk, or I don't know, in Poland. I've just been through some mad traffic, but it has finally vanished, and I have now 70 minutes left to my hotel. So yeah, I mean, you can't obviously see now not really anything from the city, but I think I will see you when I arrive at the hotel. Right, I actually said that I would drive to Gdansk, but I am actually right now in Gdynia, which is the neighboring city of Gdansk. And yeah, I think this is a good time to end today's video. And yeah, I think it was a wild one. It was absolutely wild. I've seen it crash. I've driven to absolutely nowhere in Poland. I'm right now in a big city. I'm only 1 day away from actually getting back home to Germany, and this trip alone was really hard. So that's why I think I would need a good sleep of rest. Well, another day, another 8.5 hours of driving. Welcome to Gdynia, Poland. And I've driven yesterday this road, and honestly this road is in the middle of the city, but it's just so windy. It's actually beautiful with all the trees. The tarmac is perfect. I mean, you couldn't ask for more. Look at it. I mean, the road is actually beautiful. I mean, to be fair, you can only drive like 50 kilometers per hour. You know, that's kind of one negative point of it, but other than that, it's actually quite cool. I actually filmed on this road yesterday a montage. If you have seen pretty much the end of... Oh nice, a Mustang. Nice. If you've seen the last video, you might have watched it. That I filmed a bit on this road with no commentary. And yeah, I thought after I woke up today, which is like now 45 minutes ago, I want to do it, but I want to actually do commentary on this road, because this is actually really, really cool if you ask me. We have now 820 kilometers to go, and this road is, yeah, as I already said, really, really, really cool. Look how it has. And this is in the middle of the city. It's literally in the middle of the city, and this road is actually, it's actually fun to drive. Apologies, my car is very, very dirty, but you know, I have already driven 2,664.6 kilometers on this trip so far. Today is the last stint back home to Germany, and yeah, then we have done the Baltic Sea circulation, which is just crazy. Look now there's a hairpin corner. This is crazy, honestly. I mean, in the middle of the city. We are now in Gdynia. This is Gdynia. Just connecting the lower part with the top part, I think it is. I mean, that's crazy. And I have a Mustang behind me, which is also really, really nice. This road, honestly, I actually haven't been this excited since the Norwegian road trip series, where I've driven the Atlantic Ocean road. But yeah, I mean, this road is in a city. Just to put in some context, you can't find any kind of these roads, you know, in Germany somewhere, literally in a city. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of commentary on the thing, because it was actually, I think it was pretty funny. And I think I will talk to you in a bit when I am on the Polish highway. Okay, I have to capture this. I've been on this construction site. They're building a highway right there for the past, like, must be like 20-25 minutes, and we are doing the entire time 50 kilometers per hour, which is crazy. But other than that, everything is alright. Okay, we have now some 2 hours later, and we are now only just around 90 kilometers away from the Polish-German border, and I have now 5 hours and 35 minutes left. 563 kilometers. I will arrive at 6 p.m, which is actually good going if you ask me. And yeah, the car's running fine. And I just want to talk a bit about the last couple of days, because the amount of that occurred or that happened in the last few days is just absolutely insane. It was absolutely sense overload, because well, it was such, you know, there was just so much new stuff everywhere, and it was absolutely crazy, especially when, you know, when you think about it. I've driven with this car in the last 5 days through 4 new different countries, which I haven't seen before, and which the car also haven't seen before. And I mean, when it comes to traffic in the Baltic states like Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, it's way worse. I mean, the people drive way, let's say, not so confident and very, very dangerous in some places. The traffic in Riga, Tallinn and Klaipeda was actually the best of those 3, but I mean, Tallinn was hell, literally hell. And the moment I crossed into Poland, everything changed, because well, all of a sudden people do drive a little bit more careful and have a little bit more, you know, sense for driving. And they, I mean, I haven't seen one single accident in the entire time I've driven through Poland. And remember, I slept last night in Gdynia, so just right next to Gdansk. And driving in Gdansk was just so much more chill than driving in Tallinn and in Riga. And remember, that's just my personal opinion, because, you know, coming from the north of Germany, yes, we have the Autobahn, but, you know, I lived in Hamburg for a bit. Hamburg is nothing compared to this. And yeah, I mean, it was just absolutely insane. And yeah, and then some of those things happened that I didn't, you know, I couldn't even film it because it happened so quickly. I saw, that's insane. I saw only in Tallinn nearly 2 crashes. Thank God they didn't collide, but I saw nearly 2 crashes in a span of like 5 minutes. And then yesterday in Lithuania, I saw a big crash happen right in front of me, like literally 4 meters in front of me, where one car T-boned another car with 90 kilometers per hour, which was absolutely insane. Thankfully nobody was hurt, but I thought about that yesterday a lot, and that could have been me. That could have happened to me. And just thinking about it gives me goosebumps, because I would have been in a country where I don't speak the language. I don't speak Lithuanian. It was literally in the middle of nowhere, like literally in the middle of nowhere, just like, I don't know, 20-30 kilometers away from the Russian border. And it was just absolutely insane. And the person that got hit, she was in a SUV. I am in this VW Golf 5, which hasn't that many safety systems as the big GLC that got hit. But I mean, that could have been me, and that gave me goosebumps. And after the crash, I've driven so much more, you know, conscious and safer after the trip, as I already did before, but after the crash I did even more. And yeah, as I already said, after I crossed from Lithuania to Poland, everything was fine, basically. I mean, this could be Germany as well. I mean, case in point, I am now only like 80 kilometers away from the German border. But Poland is really, really nice. And the hotel I slept in last night was also quite good. And another thing, I know I already said it yesterday in the last video, and I said it, yeah, but I will say it again. Driving to the Russian border, remember I've driven to the part where Kaliningrad is located. So not the main Russia, but like the part of Russia that is connected to the Baltic Sea. It was intimidating driving there. It was really something else, because the town where I stopped and where I filmed the clip, you can see the clip now. Now this is a bit of a different spot. I'm literally in somewhere in nowhere of Lithuania, in a little village, and right over there is actually Russia. This is a bit of Russia where Kaliningrad is located. And yeah, I'm here with my car in Russia, or near the Russian border, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But now on to Gdansk. Was absolutely deserted. There was nobody, absolutely nobody. And there was a little, obviously this little river. I don't know if you can see it in the clip or not, but after the river there were obviously these two towers that, and there was like this symbol for Russia, and the bridge that connects this part of Lithuania and Russia together was like a fortress. I mean, the border control, the guards, I mean, I didn't have the balls to film it, but it was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. It was really, really intimidating. That's why I mean, I've driven there and I filmed my clip, and then I rushed away because I was like, oh my god, this is really, really, I don't feel safe. Well, that's not really the case, but I don't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable when I've done that. And yeah, that's just another thought that I wanted to share, because I never felt that way at any border, and I didn't even want to cross into Russia. I was just still on the Lithuanian side, so I wasn't doing anything wrong. But it was just the, I don't know, the greatness of it all, just the scale for this one bridge. Another update, I'm now only 28 kilometers away from the Polish-German border, and as you can see, I've been in this traffic jam for the last like 15-20 minutes. I mean, it's usual at the border, so there's a bit more traffic, but yeah, oh my god, I still have 4.5 hours to go, so that's not that bad. 490 kilometers. The roadworks are now finally over. No more traffic jam. Finally. Alright, I've lost like 5 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, we are nearly in Germany. Only 26 kilometers. And then we're back in the home country. I am now only 1 kilometer away from entering Germany via Poland. And yeah, what should I say? I mean, it's actually crazy. I can see already the border on Google Maps. 500 meters, 400 meters, 300, 200. And now, after 3,024 kilometers, we are now finally back in Germany. It's actually crazy when you think about it, because I left Germany from the north and I ended it from the east. And I think, yeah, here are customs. I think I need to turn off my camera. Here we are back in Germany. I have now 4 hours and 15 minutes back home to the north, to Hamburg. And yeah, but I actually don't want to bore you with this part because, well, in Germany it doesn't look like anything else, even though the east does look a bit different compared to the north. But yeah, I think I'll see you in a couple of hours when I maybe have something to tell or when something happens. Alright, we have now basically 2 hours later since the last clip, and actually nothing happened, and I assume that this will go on for the rest of the trip until I arrive in Hamburg. And that's why I basically want to call it now. It was an insane trip, so much. It was so fun. I've seen so much. The car held up perfectly. By the time I arrived back at home, we've driven 5,300 kilometers, and yeah, it was an absolutely insane trip. Nothing will happen today, I'm sure, but I will see you in 16 days when I talk about the facts and figures about this trip, how much I spent in total, how much I spent on fuel, how expensive was the fuel in the various countries. I want to do all that in the video in 16 days. In between will come something different. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Alright, peace!